Welcome to the first episode of Breakthrough Originals. Today we have a very special guest, Apurva Agarwal. Apurva is a renowned nutritionist with over 5,000 clients globally, including some known celebrities. She's a powerhouse in the field, having won the International Business Award for the Best Dietitian in Central India, and representing her niche at the prestigious Dada Saheb Phalke Awards. And you've probably seen her featured on big platforms like Dainik Bhaskar and Pink Villa. And if you're in Raipur or Indore, and you might have heard of a radio show called The Detox Show. Well, Apurva is here today with us to share her expertise on how to eat what you love and still reach your health goals. Welcome to Breakthrough Originals, Apurva.
Thank you so much, Shagun, for the most wonderful introduction. I'm thrilled to be here and eagerly looking forward to sharing all the wonderful tips with the audience.
So we'll begin with our company affirmation. I am making my way.
I am making my way
Towards my breakthrough every day.
towards my breakthrough every day.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So could you please tell us something about yourself and what got you inclined towards choosing nutrition as a career?
So, as a child, I was always very conscious of what I put in my stomach. Having dealt with a lot of other health issues related to my family members, I knew that health was primarily, and I feel what you put in your body is what you become. So it became extremely important for me to treat your body like a temple, and I was very conscious. Now, coming from Delhi and knowing chaat and chola bhaturas is irresistible and parathas is your staple breakfast, it was difficult, but the active balance is all you know. And that's what led me to pursue my career towards nutrition. And I took it more seriously when I realized I had gained 18 kgs postpartum. So that was the turning point in my life. My daughter now is 4 and I was able to shed those 18 kgs in about 6 months. But at that point of time, I did have identity crisis. I was never so much overweight. My body was not used to carrying so much weight. My knees would hurt. I would feel tired. And I realized I'm not going to just let go of my body that I'd treated so well for so many years just because of pregnancy. So I, in fact, breastfed my daughter for 2 years, yet managed my nutrition and lost all the weight. And that's when I realized losing weight is not difficult. It is, if done in a sustainable way, you can be consistent with it. And that's when I made my motto that I need to help as many people around the globe to be able to achieve their great health.
And what do you think was the turning point in your career?
My own weight gain. When I gained my weight, I was 18 kgs up. And that's when I realized, and actually I thank my stars that I was overweight, because gaining weight led me to losing weight. And that losing weight, that whole journey taught me the act of discipline. And it also taught me that when you're trying to lose weight, it's not just the physical aspect. Mentally, you need to train your mind. So now I know that when people are trying to reduce weight, why aren't they able to do so? Because mentally there's no one to support them.
Yeah.
So that's what we do in our diets. Well, we give diets, we also support them mentally to be able to push themselves to achieve their goals.
So what do you think your breakthrough was in terms of more clients reaching out to you? When did that happen? Was it a video that went viral, or was it any particular moment or a scenario that took place?
So I think, Shagun, it was more of the easy thought that I brought in. Because the weight loss industry has confused us with varieties of trends and keto, carlo, and do a chewing gum diet and a paleo diet, that I think people thought losing weight is just next to impossible. Let's just do what we're doing. And I think when I came up with the whole idea of, you don't have to give up on your favorite foods and you can still reduce weight, that comforted a lot of people I think that got them the belief in me. And then when they tried and then it worked out for them, it helped them.
I have also tried your diet, so I must say it's working. What was your go-to? I mean, I swear by ghar ka khana.
Yeah.
And I know that most of your diet also says that ghar ka khana can be absolutely delicious,
Right.
yet healthy.
Right.
So could you elaborate on that?
So I'm a big fan of South Indian food. And I do realize that when I'm eating dosas at home, I can go up to eating 3. But when I'm eating the same dosa outside, I can't even finish 1. What is the reason? It's the method of cooking. It's also the oils they're using. All of that is so processed and it's all done in such an unhealthy way that your body and your gut cannot take it. And that's where your body rejects that quantity of food. So of course, ghar ka khana staple, it's safe, it's easily digestible, your body is fine, ghar pe kuch bhi khao, safe hai. You don't have to bother about it.
Even if it's pizzas or pasta at home?
Anything. I mean, of course, the bread is going to come from outside, but at least the vegetables are being cut in front of you, they're being washed in front of you, the sauce is being prepared by you. It's a lot more healthier as compared to eating outside.
And how do we identify real food from fake food?
So there are 3 standard rules to it. Number 1, any food that will eventually rotten is real food. If you keep a banana for 5 days, you know it'll rot and it'll decay and it'll turn black because it's real food. But if you keep a pack of bread or burgers, for say 10 days, nothing will happen to it because that is processed food and it's chemically treated. So that's when you know that what is real food and what is fake food. So consume real food that will rot eventually. That'll give you your essential vitamins and minerals. Rule number 2, make sure that any food that is coming from the farm is coming straight to your home. That again is real food. For example, potatoes or vegetables or whatever. Anything going through factory purpose, that is getting processed. If a potato is being in the factory, it's becoming a chip and then coming to you, then it's not a food anymore, it's a product which companies are wanting to sell and they're making money out of it. So eat food and not the product. And again, rule number 3, anything that is shown on the TV commercial, Maggi or whatever is shown on the TV commercial is chemically treated. Brands are putting it out there to make their business, but you need to take care of your own health. So anything that is out, have you ever seen broccoli being promoted or apple being promoted on TV? Why? Because that's real food and nobody will benefit on promoting real food. Nobody will make money on promoting that. So these are the 3 standard rules.
What about salads? Are we okay with consuming raw salads in a day? Is it?
So, it depends from person to person. If you're someone who's not very bloated in the evening or you don't have a lot of acidity, salads in the evening is fine. But make sure that you're washing them really well because again, they're treated with a lot of fertilizers and pesticides. And that's the reason the whole organic market came in the picture. Because the real food that we were getting was suddenly like a big gimmick. We thought, what are we really consuming the real food? So make sure that you're cleansing them. I think the best way to do it is by soaking them in baking soda or just warm water with vinegar for 15 minutes and you'll see the bacteria pop out and you'll know that your vegetables are cleansed. So salads are fine as long as it's not bothering you.
I mean, I'm about to get my periods in a couple of days and I can already I've started craving for chocolates and I keep running to my fridge to get snacks all the time. Is it okay to consume calories during periods?
So let me give you great news. When you're on your period, calories don't count so much because when you're on your period, your metabolic rate is higher than it usually is. So if God has given us this problem, He's given us a solution also. So if your body is craving of something, you can treat it for those 2-3 days. You can go above 200 calories, maintaining your maintenance calories. So if you eat 200 more calories up, you want to have a piece of cake, go ahead with it while you're on your period. But then after that, you should know your balance, you should know your portions and you're going to be fine. So it's okay, treat yourself for those days.
Talking about emotional eating, it is really increasing amongst the youth nowadays. They don't want to deal with the emotions. They'd rather have a bucket full of ice cream and then be okay with it.
Yeah.
And just hide away their emotions through food. Do you think that can be controlled or managed?
So, emotional eating is more of a psychological need. When you're anxious or when you're stressed, the one thing that you depend on is food because you just want to feel happy from anywhere. And food or having a nice high-fat, sugary food is going to click, and it's going to make you feel better. So what this does is when you eat high-sugar food, it produces this hormone called serotonin in your body. And that triggers the reward center in your brain. And that makes you feel that, good, but it's a very temporary effect. So the minute you realize that it's very temporary and in fact doing this is just adding to the problem because post this you're just going to be left guilty, you'll realize this is not what you want. This is not going to solve your problem in any way. So I would say deal with the issue rather than getting another issue in the picture because this is a very temporary effect.
Same way midnight cravings can also be managed. Everyone says you should have your dinner on time.
Yeah.
But for people with very hectic schedules who come back from office by 9:30, end up having the dinner by 10, then how is it going to help?
So see, midnight cravings are very impulsive and again very psychological. Cravings are coming because you're not probably treating the body well since morning. Like if I say if you start eating a good protein breakfast in the morning, you're going to be fine throughout the day because your body has gotten what it wanted, right? So again, if these cravings are arising, the way to handle it is first you take a glass of water, add some pinch of salt in it and drink it up. Understand whether it's actually hunger or is it thirst. 90% of the times you'll realize it's thirst. And after that, if you still feel the need to eat, grab healthy options like puffed rice, makhanas, nuts, seeds. You can keep avocados handy, fruits, vegetables is all okay. Now the thing is, in most households, we have chips and chocolates as our go-to snacks. जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. आप वो देखोगे तो वही खाने में आएगा. Don't keep these things in your house. Keep healthy versions of things in your house and you will end up grabbing those when you need. So that's one way of handling midnight cravings. Again, don't take cravings lightly also, because a craving is a body's way of signaling that something's off. So if you're craving of sugary foods, it means you're deficient in magnesium, right? So then it also needs to be treated with the right supplements. So cravings are signals, listen to them and treat them well.
Everything available in the market is not healthy. What little steps can we take that can prevent us from unhealthy snacking throughout the day?
So, as we've all gotten smarter with so much knowledge available to us through books, through social media, that companies have also gotten smarter. They know what's not going to fool us, So now today, if I know that I don't want to eat sugar, they're smart enough to ensure that there is no sugar written in their packaged ingredients, food item. What they instead write is maltose, dextrose, sucrose. This a layman wouldn't know.
Or stevia.
Stevia still, chalo, it's natural. Stevia still many people know, but they'll use such scientific names that you will never be able to find out that this product has sugar. So then I'm going to pick up, okay, it says plant-based, it says sugar-free and all that, and I'll pick it up and I'll eat, and I won't even know that I've consumed so much sugar because it's written in a more scientific way. So I would say, do your research well, know your food intolerances, know that what you don't have to eat, you don't have to eat, do your research, and then go and opt in the market, because companies have become very smart. They are using all kind of different scientific names to fool you, and this is how they're making money.
How do you think the right kind of nutrition can help us in the hormonal fluctuations?
So, it's all about eating a balanced diet. So there are 5 thumb rules. Number 1 is your carbohydrate, and it is not evil. Where is this coming from? Your rice, your roti, dosas, idlis, all of that. Then you have your protein. As I call them, they're your soldiers. They're going to guard your body through all infections. They're going to help you with the muscle and tear. You're going to get this from your rajma, chola, chana, dals, some of your dairy products, nuts and seeds. Then you have your fiber, which is going to come from your fruits and vegetables. Then you have your fats. Now people think good fat will make you fat. That's not right. Good fat is very, very essential in terms of making a balanced diet. This you're going to get from your nuts, seeds, avocados, ghee, makhan, butter, all of that. Then you have your vitamins and minerals. Now, when your diet is compromising of all of these things, you know that you're on the right track. So number 1, balanced diet is very important. When you're eating well, your gut is going to be okay. Your gut is also known as your second brain. That's where all the good hormones, good gut bacteria is produced, the inflammation goes down, the toxins are getting flushed out. Once all of this is happening, your hormones are bound to be okay. So this is the only key. Eat balanced. Don't remove any essential macro or micro from your diet.
And for the women in their late 20s, any particular nutritional habits that we should adopt in terms of having good health in the long term?
So, I feel we really miss out on doing our blood work, because we feel we're so young, 20s mein kya lagta hai, but I feel this is the time, especially with the kind of lifestyles we lead and the kind of food we eat, and it's very essential to keep testing your blood. So do your blood work, especially do your vitamin D, B12, zinc, magnesium is very essential for women. If you know your reports beforehand, you can start working on them in your 20s. Again, something very important that can mess up with your hormones is using plastic containers. Remove aluminum foil. 90% of the households have this in terms of packaging. Very harmful, full of toxins. Make sure that your water intake is good. A lot of people end up drinking like some 8 liters of water. Don't do that. It'll lead to water intoxicity. 3 liters, 8 to 10, 12 glasses is great. And make protein a habit. If you're having protein in your diet, your body is going to function really well. And last but not the least, exercise. You need to work out. Don't think you're 20 and you don't need anything. Once you cross 18 years of age, your body needs everything. So your exercise is going to help you with your blood flow, generate oxygen in your cells. As long as you're doing these things, you won't really need anything much in your 30s.
So consuming the multivitamins is necessary after 25 or what is it?
So multivitamins again is there to maintain the vitamins in your body. People think I'm deficient in something, so ek multivitamin le leti hu and I'm going to be okay. That's not how it works, because that multivitamin will have a 200 IU vitamin D, whereas you need a 2000 IU dosage per day. So again, do your blood work before randomly taking any supplements, and when your blood work calls out for a deficiency, you need to target, say, take that particular vitamin or a mineral. If it says it's okay, you just need to maintain, then take your multivitamins. To cover a deficiency, multivitamins won't work.
What do you think about the individual needs like activity level, metabolism? How do they affect the calorie requirement?
Okay, so let's assume I'm a 50 kg and you're a 50 kg. I have a very sedentary lifestyle and you have a very active lifestyle. You work out, you wake up on time, you're sleeping on time, you're eating healthy. You will need more calories than I do, because I'm sitting. I have a sedentary job. I'm not really utilizing my energy. Same goes with men and women. Men need more calories to function. Women need lesser calories to function. Men have better metabolism as compared to women as well. So not one rule will apply to all. Today, you read on Google, like 90 grams of protein if you're 90 kgs of weight. That does not work. If you're not working out, why will you need 90 grams of protein? Because our body is a very intelligent mechanism. Anything in surplus is going to get converted into fat. You need to check your requirements according to your lifestyle and your gut health. And that's when you know the right thing.
How does sleep affect our metabolism and our appetite?
So, sleep is again one of the most underrated aspects of great health. If you're overweight or you're not feeling great about yourself, the one thing that you try and fix is your diet, but then you forget about your sleep. When you're sleeping, your body is in complete rest mode. Our body can self-heal. This is a gift given by God to us, and we don't sort of use it as much. So when you're sleeping, your body is resting, it's producing its best hormones, it's fixing its gut. It's like fuel. Abhi gaadi mein petrol bharne do, tabhi to agle din kaam karegi wo. So when you're having a good quality of sleep and you're sleeping for longer durations, you'll wake up more energized. You'll wake up not feeling very hungry because your body is stored its energy throughout the night. So again, this will definitely impact your overall health. You'll end up feeling a lot more bloated if you don't sleep well. You'll end up feeling like there's crash of energy if you're not sleeping well. So do make it a priority and you'll see the difference.
So for me, if I cover say 6,000 to 8,000 steps a day, it is number one on my dopamine menu.
Yeah.
If I enjoy my breakfast, it is number 2. And number 3 can be spending time with my pets. So what is on your dopamine menu?
For me, it's hugging any family member. That really gives me that kick to start the day. Then it's doing yoga. Every time that I miss yoga, I feel so horrible about myself because then it shows in the quality of the day. So yoga is very essential for me. And number 3, when I cut down on sugar. If I'm not doing sugar for the entire day, I will have a great dopamine kick.
And are you an early riser or a night owl?
Night owl.
Okay, nice.
Absolute night owl. Even though I talk so much about sleep, but night is the time when I get to myself and I can prepare my diets, I can talk to my clients, I can prepare my strategies, but I ensure 8 hours of good quality sleep.
So then you never eat anything unhealthy sometimes at night?
No, yeah. So basically, I think my body is just trained like that. I set my meals very properly the rest of the day, that in the night, only if I'm bored, I'll end up munching. Otherwise, my body doesn't ask for food because it's well trained for the rest of the day.
You have to name 3 snacks that are always going to be in your bag.
Pumpkin seeds, makhanas, and puffed rice.
3 snacks you would always give your daughter in her school bag.
Jaggery and chana balls, jaggery roasted chana balls. Again, makhanas and apple with peanut butter.
Wow, I love that. And 3 snacks you would ask your husband not to eat.
The packaged items that say calorie-free, sugar-free and those kind of things, big no, because they have other preservatives and stabilizers that are even worse. Second I feel anything coming out of a can, no matter how much it says it's healthy, is not healthy.
And what's your take on protein bars and protein powders?
It has a lot of sugar. It's marketed in a very, oh my God, this is all you need for your health kind of a way. But I think it's a big gimmick and it's not the right thing for you. Instead, do eggs, do tofu, paneer. There are so many multiple sources of protein. And protein powders, again, it's a very controversial question. Yeah, protein powders. So if you're lactose intolerant, you can't do whey because whey is made of milk and whey is also very hard to digest. So if you at all have to go for a plant-based one, which is least processed, it's vegan, it's basically pea protein, so easy to digest. But I personally feel don't rely on it. Ultimately packaged it. Right. Opt for food items that are going to give you protein.
And for people who are taking trips outside the country and they don't really get to sit and have meals throughout the day, do you think meal replacement powders are okay?
No, yeah, not a good idea. I feel no matter how busy you are, you will have 10 minutes to give yourself to eat a meal. Take that time out. Nothing is so much more important that you put all these packaged things in your stomach. Get some time, grab whatever is easy, but don't rely on these replacement powders for sure.
Can you suggest your top 5 favorite home cooked meals?
So I'm a big fan of dal khichdi. I can do it all the time with some aam ka achar or some homemade pickle. Then I love South Indian food. So dosas at home or idlis at home is again something I love. I'm a big fan of chola bhatura. coming from Delhi, that's something I could not leave behind me. So even though that bhatura, I know that, oh my God, it's going to go in me and do all of this. But when I have to treat myself, I just do. At home, aloo paratha is what I used to eat for breakfast. Now I don't. But yeah, and Gujarati food, I think it's thoda zyada sweet hota hai. But I opt for more Punjabi food. I have a very salty palate.
हमने supplements की बात करी that it is necessary for every age group.
Yeah.
But how do we identify the right supplements, and do you stick by certain brands, or how should we choose the supplement?
So there are a number of brands for supplements available in the market. If you want, I can give you out the personal ones that I use and that are well researched. But again, go by the deficiency you have. Don't go by what I'm saying. Start taking magnesium doesn't mean everybody who's hearing me right now has to take magnesium. If there is a deficiency and your body is asking for it and you're craving of certain things, then you take it. So A, do your blood work, your physician will guide you, or if you need any help, of course, a lot of tips are available on my Instagram handle. Reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help. But particularly if you want me to pinpoint names, then for vitamin D, I personally vouch with Uprise D3. That's a very reliable one. For magnesium, it's either Pure Nutrition or it's Zenith, the brand magnesium. They are available very easily on Amazon. Then again, Pure Nutrition is a good brand actually for all supplements.
Which one?
Pure Nutrition.
Pure Nutrition.
Yeah, you can opt for any of those. It's well researched and it's a good one.
What do you think are some healthy alternatives to emotional eating?
Number one, when you know that you're emotionally eating, you should know it is impulsive. You need to first counter that. Okay, understand, because every time you dive into emotional eating and again choosing healthier, or this is not the solution. The solution is to first understand and accept that yes, I am emotionally eating. Half of the times on realization, you'll know that this is, I just emotionally ate yesterday, I can't eat it today. So you'll end up figuring that problem out. And when you have to indulge in something, go for healthier options. Do dates, raisins, dark chocolate. Go for 85% plus. If you're craving for sugar, if you're craving for any kind of salty food, pre-plan your meals. Do pohas, tikkis, sabudana khichdi. If you feel like it'll keep you full, it'll give you that crunchy good effect. In fact, a very good brand, The Right Crunch, is great for snacking options. I personally order from them. And Evolve has lovely bhujiyas, because I'm a big bhujia person. I'm a Marwadi at heart, so I need my bhujia everywhere in my food. They give good ragi bhujiyas and beetroot bhujiyas. So then abhi मैंने हल्दीराम को छोड़ दिया है, and इस पे हम चली गई हूँ मैं. But I mean, because with my poha I need it, so I feel like because this is an everyday thing. Once in a while khana, then I'll open my Bikaji or Haldiram and I'll enjoy. Nobody can stop.
What is your take on fasting? Everyone is going towards it, thinking कि एक दिन का diet हो जाएगा हफ्ते में. Do you think once a week it really helps the body?
Brilliant. Again, very underrated. See, when you're fasting, your body gets into fat burning mode. You flush out toxins. Your gut bacteria gets balanced. Your sugar levels are getting balanced. People who are sensitive to insulin, they feel a lot better. Your belly fat will get reduced. But again, consistently. You can't treat fasting as a reward. That tomorrow I ate whatever or like the whole week I ate whatever I had to, and then one day I'll fast and everything will be okay. No, it's not a reward. It is a part of your week. No matter how healthy you ate or how unhealthy you ate, if you've made it a pattern, it's going to thank you so much later. Any disease, your gut is inflamed. So any disease that is attacking, and if you're fasting once a week, it's helping you flush out all the toxins. You'll see people who fast a lot. Look at Jain people. They eat before sunset. They do their Paryushan right now. You'll see सबसे कम बीमारी होती है उनको, and they live really long. Specifically for the reason because they are allowing their body to rest and self-heal.
आप intermittent fasting करते हो?
So I really am big on intermittent. I've been doing it for, I don't know, since 15 years or something. But again, intermittent is not for everyone. You have to try and see whether it's working for you. There are some people who tried intermittent and they complain, I'm getting this hair fall and I'm not able to concentrate and I get a migraine in the morning. What do I do? So that's not for you. Intermittent, you have to try and see. For me, it worked like magic. And in fact, when I haven't eaten anything in the day, my productivity level is a lot. Like I can work a lot better. My reels are short at that time. I can memorize things better.
Yeah.
And the minute I eat food, my blood sugar drops and I just want to rest. So this is something that's worked for me. So I'm a big fan of intermittent.
Now, my favorite question, which everyone wants to know, how does one full day diet in your life look like?
So there are two sides to it, okay? One is when I know that I have to eat healthy. Like since 2 weeks, I'm doing a clean eating plan because I know that Diwali is coming and Diwali in Nagpur is mad. Every day you're out, every day There's no way you can skip it, you know. And how much to tell yourself, no, 1 month you're going out and not eating is not going to work. 15 days so you're going to. So then I decided 1 month pehle I'm going to do a detox. So right now I'm eating very clean. My body feels like a temple. But normally I start my day with fat first. I take a teaspoon of ghee with a glass of water. Any person who's wanting to do it can either do ghee or extra virgin coconut oil or do coconut chunks or just do soaked nuts as well. But ghee and oil, they absorb better in the body, easy to digest. Then I hold on for a bit and then I do my staple green juice. I think it works wonders for skin and gut health. Once that is done, then my first meal happens around 1:30. So that is the time that I do my roti, sabzi, dal, salad, lunch. I never mix rice and roti. So my protein is usually either rajma, chola, chana or dal. Alongside then I take some kind of a low calorie vegetable, but it's very rich in fiber, either lauki, turai or cabbage or mushrooms or anything of that sort. Little pickle and my roti I'm sorted with.
During your lunch hours, आपने बोला कि रोटी और राइस मिक्स नहीं करना चाहिए. तो जब भूख ज़्यादा लग रही है तो एक रोटी एक्स्ट्रा खा लो पर राइस मिक्स मत करो.
Agreed. You can't exceed the carbs. They are essential, they are energy givers, but I would say एक रोटी एक्स्ट्रा खाने के बदले सब्जी और ले लो ना. You know, then you get your fiber intake better. Why increase carbs?
Okay.
So this is another way of balancing. Make sure if this is the bite of your roti, this should be the portion of your sabzi. Make sure it's filled with sabzi when you're eating. And you'll automatically feel satisfied because fiber stays in your body for longer.
Yeah.
So that's one trick. And yes, no mixing of roti and rice. Not a good idea.
What about dinner? What time do you finish dinner and what does your dinner usually look like?
So dinner is usually finished by 8:30. I know it's slightly late, but I don't feel hungry before that. So it's usually tikkis, vegetable tikkis or zucchini falafel wraps or it's saute veggies with any kind of soup. I love soups. Yeah, so then homemade soups are best. They keep you full also. I'll do paneer tikkas. And if on days I just want to do junk and my daughter says, aaj to pizza hi khana hai. So then there's homemade pizza made at home.
I'm coming for dinner.
Please do. I will be very happy to host you. So yeah, healthy versions of junk food sometimes because too much healthy is also boring.
And vegetarian protein sources. Everyone's been searching for
It's a myth, you know. People think you're a vegetarian, where are you going to get your protein from? No, you get your protein from lots of places. Rajma, chola, chana, all sorts of dals, besan, moong, lot of dairy products, animal products. Of course, for non-vegetarians, it's a lot more easier. But your nuts, your seeds, it's enough, yeah. And obviously, if you think that you're a sportsman or a vegetarian and you're working out too much and you need your protein and it's not you're not able to get it through your food, opt for a plant-based option. Now look at Virat Kohli. He is a sportsman. He was a non-vegetarian. Now he's become a vegetarian. He does not touch animal-based products, specifically for the reason because he said his trainer apparently told him, which is absolutely correct, that when you eat non-veg, it gives you digestive issues. It causes inflammation in the body that is making you cause pain in your muscles. So because of that reason, he left eating non-veg and he's doing just fine. So it's a myth that vegetarians don't get protein.
You know, us women, we have ever-changing bodies.
Yeah.
और bloating महीने में इतनी बार हो जाती है regardless.
Nature's gift.
Yeah. So तब क्या changes करने चाहिए diet में ताकि कम bloated feel हो?
Okay, so number 1, start seed cycling. It's a must for women and very helpful. What you need to do is from 1st till 14 days of your period cycle, before that, take flax seeds and pumpkin seeds. And in the second half of your period cycle, do sesame seeds and sunflower seeds. This will help you in balancing your hormones and making you feel a lot less bloated.
So just a teaspoon of each?
Teaspoon of each. Munch.
Okay.
Munch it, yeah. Munch. Roast it and keep it at home. If you want, you can add a little salt. So after your lunch or wherever you have time in the day, there's no specific timing, just take it like soft and munch it. So this becomes your routine. This will help you in balancing your hormones to another level. But you need to continue for minimum 3 months. Okay. Your cells take 3 months to regenerate and form new ones. So 3 months is a must and you'll see the difference. Start taking magnesium. Please prioritize your sleep. If you're not sleeping, you're going to be bloated naturally. Don't eat raw food after 6 p.m. because that also leaves, where is this bloating coming from? It's coming from undigested food, right? So don't eat anything that's going to cause any kind of a problem. Caffeine intake reduce after again 6 p.m. because inflammatory and will cause unnecessary inflammation. Other than that, just follow these basic tips. Magnesium ले लो, D अपना supplement करते रहो, bloating will be out.
Talking about tea and coffee, हम सबको चाहिए होती है चाय कॉफी दिन में एटलीस्ट 1 बार या 2 बार. द क्वेश्चन इज व्हाइट शुगर चलेगा 1 टीस्पून या जैगरी?
So again a myth. There was a whole big phase of jaggery. सारे घरों में शुगर की जगह जैगरी रख दी गई थी कि अब तो जो बनेगा जैगरी में बनेगा. But what you need to understand between jaggery and sugar is a more refined version of jaggery. ठीक है, ये तो है ही harmful. I agree. But jaggery also, ठीक है, it's nutritionally way better than sugar. It has its little bit of magnesium, potassium. It's retained its vitamins and minerals. But वो एक चम्मच जैगरी में नहीं मिलने वाला है आपको वो nutrients and vitamins. You need to eat a lot of jaggery to get that amount of magnesium and potassium. तो उससे मिलेगा क्या? Empty calories. वही जो sugar से मिल रही है. So whether it's jaggery, sugar, dates powder, honey, whatever kind of sweetener, name it, as long as it's not a calorie-free sweetener, will have the exact same calories as regular sugar. तो jaggery डालो एक चम्मच या sugar डालो, it's really not going to make a difference. Ultimately, you need to check your portion. मैं तो बोलती हूँ धीरे-धीरे reduce कर दो तो overall better है. But yes, nutritionally jaggery is 2% healthier than sugar.
And 1 teaspoon is okay in a day to add it to your coffee.
1 teaspoon is fine, yeah, that's okay. But I still feel, you know, if it's a regular habit, coconut sugar is slightly more healthier. That's what I take.
As we know that हमें अपना day start नहीं करना चाहिए with tea and coffee.
Yeah.
So what should we start our day with?
Depending on what your body is asking. See, currently I'm going to start my day with fat first kind of a phase, and it's working really well for me. For a lot of people, if you're someone who needs that caffeine, so I would say घी को कॉफ़ी में डाल लो, बुलेट प्रूफ कॉफ़ी बनाओ और ले लो. कैफीन किक भी मिल जाती है, फैट फर्स्ट भी हो जाता है. बट फर्स्ट थिंग इन द मॉर्निंग, डोंट गिव कैफीन टू योर बॉडी बिकॉज you've just woken up. Your cells are just waking up and your body is still getting cleansed. It's taking time. कैफीन डाल दिया, सब इन्फ्लेमेटरी चीज़ें सुबह सुबह डाल दी. डोंट डू दैट. Either start with protein or soaked nuts or some kind of fat first. The way you start your day reflects on a lot on how your day is going to be.
जीरा पानी and सौंफ का पानी
works well, but उसके पहले कुछ solid ले लो. Infused water ही हुआ ना, उसके पहले take something more solid like nuts or something that will stabilize your sugar levels, and then do your jeera pani and the rest.
Now about the first drink in the morning and the last drink that you should take before going to sleep.
First is strongly recommend fat first. So you do either a teaspoon of ghee or extra virgin coconut oil or coconut chunks or soaked nuts, whatever works with you. You can also do bulletproof coffee, as I said, for all my caffeine lovers. Last drink can be your cinnamon tea. This is very beneficial for people fighting diabetes because it helps in controlling your blood sugar levels. And it can also be ashwagandha tea. It tastes a little nasty but works miraculously well for your brain health and for your muscle health. So this can be your last drink, as anyway your body is getting into resting mode, so give it some kind of a boost before it goes to sleep.
Coming to the signature green juice that you promote all the time, and I'm sure that is the secret of your glowing skin. Could you please tell the audience about the recipe?
Okay, so the recipe is you take some cucumber, coriander, mint leaves and celery, add some amla or lemon for the vitamin C boost, and you can add some salt as per taste. If you need the full recipe, please go to my page. Everything is mentioned there, or you can DM me personally as well. This is very rich in antioxidants and improves your gut bacteria. Celery is the main ingredient here that takes care of your skin health and is extremely rich in a lot of vitamins and minerals. So this is my staple and it's my everyday morning drink. I've been having it for so many years and I don't wish to stop it anytime soon. Try it out and let me see how it works for you.
And with that amazing recipe, we come to the end of the episode. Thank you so much, Apurva. It was wonderful having you.
Thank you, Shagun, for having me over here and asking questions that can, guide our audience to better health and better nutrition. It was a pleasure.
And I will be sharing all her links in the description below. Don't forget to
like, share and subscribe to Breakthrough Originals by Shagun Khurana.
Cheers.
Cheers.